Another day, another deluge of Prince Harry tea that has been poured down my throat because the overshare never stops. This time, the older woman he lost his virginity to as a teenager has not only publicly outed herself but also shared even wilder details about their time together. Prince Harry recalled in vivid detail losing his virginity when he was 17 years old to an older woman who treated him like a young stallion in his memoir Spare. It was an uncomfortable experience for him because he felt like he was being used for his youth. He wrote that the woman liked horses quite a lot and that the inglorious episode took place in a grassy field behind a busy pub. Apparently it was a quick ride, after which she'd smacked my rump and sent me to grace. He also said he mounted her quickly, which actually makes me want to vom. Sasha Walpole, now a 40-year-old mum of two, has told The Sun she was the unnamed stable girl in question. "I am the woman who took Harry's virginity," she said. "It was wham-bam between two friends. The sex was passionate and sparky because we shouldn't have been doing it. It was exciting that it was happening the way it was. We were away for 15 minutes, but the sex was about 5 minutes," she recalled. "We didn't set out to do it and it wasn't premeditated. He was young. We had been purely friends, and it was a little bit naughty, in the sense that it shouldn't have been happening." Walpole said Harry was actually 16 at the time, and she had just turned 19, so she wasn't exactly an older woman. "I laughed about the older women thing," she said. "He could have been throwing people off the scent or thought I was older, but we were young. Maybe he thought I was an older woman. When you're 16 and somebody is nearly 19, you probably are seen as the older woman." She also confirmed she did indeed smacked his ass, which I wish she hadn't. "He had a lovely peachy bum, but he was young," she said. "Honestly, if anyone else said this I would scream, but she is actually super endearing if you watch the video." Interestingly, Walpole also complained that Harry didn't warn her he was going to discuss their route, even though he does name her and keeps the details vague AF. She said it was fears for her privacy that convinced her to out herself, which sounds oxymoronic. "I was shocked, and feel like he has brought this to my door," Walpole told The Sun. "I don't understand why he went into such detail. Side-eye. Side-eye. He could have said he lost his virginity and left it at that," she said. "But he described how it happened, in a field behind a pub. That's fine if you're not the other person involved. But if you're me, then you suddenly feel as if your world is getting a little bit smaller. He has done this to my privacy. I was going to keep my head down and not talk about it. If it wasn't in the book, none of this wouldn't be happening," Walpole continued. "The issue is that people know, because they were part of that night or part of our original social circle. Possibly, Harry could have thought about that before publishing. He could have found me if he'd tried. I wanted to take control of this before it took control of me. I kept it a secret for more than 21 years, because it came from a good place. It was just a nice, funny thing that happened when we were teenagers after a night of shots. I had to take a degree of control and tell my story, in my words, with all the correct context and detail. While I'm totally sympathetic to trying to regain control of your narrative, this last line is also wild to me because the correct details she was referring to were just, what? The fact that the route was 5 minutes? Or that they were friends? Like, what information is so important here that it would change the story? Most of what she said actually corroborated Prince Harry's account of things. The only off thing was her age, which could, to be fair, he never actually revealed. Anyway, if you need me, I'll be scrolling through cat videos so I can hypnotize myself into forgetting everything I've learned against my will about Prince Harry.